Welcome friends, Asli Bania welcomes you once again. Today we have brought you another multi-bagger stock. The stock name is MSTC Ltd. It is a PSU company. The stock name is currently doing the rounds in the stock market, and there is lot of buying which we have seen in past couple of months in the stock. And if you see, the stock price has gone up a lot, and this stock has a e-commerce portal, and it is a very interesting play, and it has a JV with Mahindra, which is the first organized vehicle recycler. So very interesting stock, and let's look into the stock. Coming on to it, this is our standard disclaimer. This video and presentation is prepared only for educational purposes only. If you want to invest in this stock, then please consult a SEBI registered and investment advisor. Now, MSTC Limited. MSTC Limited is a Mini Ratna company. It is a PSU. It is under the administrative control of government, that is Ministry of Steel, and Government of India has around 64.75 shareholding in the company. It has basically three verticals. First is e-commerce. So it is one of the leading PSU engaged in providing B2B business to business services to various government departments as well as various PSUs, and it offers services like e-auction, e-sale, e-procurement, and it also offers a customized software solution for different PSUs. The trading is like the company is in trading of basically scrap, bulk raw material like low ash, coke, HR coil, naphtha, crude oil, steam coal, line pipes. So basically MSTC acts as a facilitator for procurement of various raw material for secondary steel producers as well on behalf of buyers. Now coming on to the third vertical, which is the company that is in recycling. So company has set up a automatic shredding plant in India for recycling uh, vehicles and other white goods by converting them into shredded scrap, which is raw material for steel plants. So it has various collection and dismantling center, and it has set up one center in Noida, and it is thinking of putting another center in Chennai, which company says they have seen a good demand over there. Now, uh, if you see the consolidated financials of the company, you see that there is a decline in top line. The company says the trading activity in which the company was facing some losses. So what company has done is company has reduced the trading activity where they were facing loss. So if you see the overall, the margin profile has gone up. So say if you compare the previous September results with current September results, the top line has almost become half, whereas PAT, if you see, instead of 400 crore loss, the company has produced a 45 crore profit. So the company has turned around, and even by reducing the top line. Now, if you see the yearly financial numbers, the top line is around 2500 crores, and the net profit is around 132 crores, which results in an EPS of 18.75. Now, coming to the various segments. So if you see, like in the September 2018 results, the marketing activity which company does trading under this segment was around 7,700 crores, and out of that the company loss was around 451 crores. So huge. And if you see, they have reduced it. So basically what company says, in the trading activity they had several verticals. So where they were having losses, they have stopped it, and where they were having small margin, that they are still continuing. So that is why you're seeing some top line in that, and they are making profit out of it. And e-commerce is basically they are providing the services, so whatever revenue they are earning mostly is coming to the profit part. Okay, so like 41 crores is the income, and out of that 40.9 crores is the profit. Coming to cash flows of the company are not regularly positive. But this is because the company has faced losses earlier in some earlier years. But if you see the last 2 years, they are positive. Company has also returned some debt. Though early signs are there, the investment is not that much. They can easily support it from cash flows. So overall, the picture looks okay, but there are certain risks. So it might happen that company grows a lot, but we have to keep an eye on it. Now coming back to e-commerce. So basically it is a leading B2B e-commerce company in India. So it is a government company, and naturally what happens, all the government department does their B2B activities through this company. So even the state governments are also approaching this company. So deals with basically bulk raw materials like natural resources, which might come coal, minerals, scrap, petroleum products, agriculture produce, you name it, and everywhere they are involved. Old plant and machinery disposing, and like coal blocks, allotment of petrol pumps. So everywhere they are involved. Land parcels, etc. They are nominated service provider for all major mineral blocks and minor mineral blocks for few states. They have experience of, like in last year they have done 110,000 plus auctions, and no, I'm sorry. So basically they have done total 110,000 auctions, with 35,000 auctions coming in financial year 19 itself. The good part in e-commerce business, they do not hold any inventory. They just provide a platform where the buyers and sellers are connected and they trade. And the other part is the receivable part is taken care of. The company gets its commission, and which is deducted at source itself. So whenever the payment is made, so their commission is deducted, and it is provided to MSTC. So the other good thing which the company is developing a dedicated e-auction platform for Indian Banking Association for sale of NPS through SURFACE Act. Under this platform, once a bidder gets registered, it will be able to participate in auctions for all banks. So that is the interesting part. So now coming on to the vehicle recycling JV with Mahindra. So MSTC Limited, basically they made a JV with Mahindra MSTC Recycling Private Limited, and it was incorporated in late 2016. It is India's first authorized organized vehicle recycler. So basically the facility embraces a zero pollution objective, and the automated plant has the capacity to recycle old trucks, buses, cars, two-wheelers and consumer durables. The Like you have heard in the news that the government is planning to have a vehicle scrappage policy, and this might help MSTC Limited a lot. But there are few risks because we don't know what will come out in the policy. But as a first mover, MSTC will always get an advantage. However, in monetary terms, you cannot quantify the advantage. It might be a small, it may be big, or it might be very big. So it has two C&D centers, and in various parts of the country, these centers will supply the feedstock for the main auto shredding plant, and the shredding plant is also planned to be set up at coastal region of Gujarat during this fiscal. So everything is good. Coming on to the company's future expansion plans, like we have discussed that it is going in Gujarat. There is shipbreaking industry in Gujarat. So the MSTC is eyeing that market, and because that scrap which will be generated, they can also sell from their own platform. And going forward, they want to set up an integrated shipbreaking yard. So MSTC is also targeting the niche market of organic products, our northeastern market, where everything organic is produced. And as we discussed, they are also, like the banking sector is consolidating the sale of NPS by a single service provider, and MSTC is targeting this business. So there is a very huge scope in the business, because MSTC says once this facility is up, almost 40 banks will be using this facility. So you can see how much scope they have. So MSTC is also casting more focus on the private sector, because till now their e-commerce is mostly concentrated on the government sector. So they have signed big ticket agreements with Reliance, Indus Tower, Tata Power, Vedanta, and even recently they have signed agreement with L&T. So that is also a good sign. If they move into private sector, that will be really good, and help in increasing the company's top line as well as the profit. Now coming to pros and cons of the company, the promoter holding, that is government, is the holding is approximately 64.75%. Then LIC and New India Insurance like PSU insurance companies hold another 12.75%. And the good news is that one of the famous investors, Ashish Kacholia, holds 1.27% equity of this company. The operating margin of this company has increased. Basically, they're closing down the trading business where they were making losses. It is at currently 7%, and it might increase in near future as well. The Basically, the opportunity size where the company is operating is huge. It might like there is no limit in the opportunity, and right now there is no direct competitor of the company, so company will be able to garner a lot of B2B business from government and PSUs, as well as they are targeting the private sector as well. The cons: because of the losses, company did not pay dividend last year, and the company's e-commerce business, like the top line, has reduced. Basically, uh, what they said is it can be influenced by factors like weak demand, weak industrial conditions. Because of that, low demand was there, like low scrap prices. They said because of the low scrap prices, and they put a little bit higher prices, they could not sell the scrap. And elections, so those kind of things, those so it is influenced by these external factors, so which might affect the business of the company. The company is a PSU, and generally what we have seen is the PSUs are sometimes affected by the decisions taken by the government. Sometimes it is in the benefit of the company, sometimes it is not. So that kind of risk is there in the company. Now coming to final review for the company, MSTC Limited is basically available at CMP of 150 rupees, at P of 8, and market cap of 1056 crores. Indian e-commerce market is growing at a very rapid pace, and generally if you see its company's annual report, the company has given a table, and it has compared the e-commerce market of various countries including the US. So generally the total e-commerce market in a country, 90% of that e-commerce market is B2B e-commerce, and company is targeting that 90% market. So MSTC is also acting as selling agent for large number of government department, PSUs, and for disposal of scrap, surplus stores, old plant, machinery, e-waste, hazardous items, obsolete items, etc. MSTC also provides e-tender and e-reverse auction services, and provides e-bidding packages for various ministries of Government of India. Historically, if you see, the e-commerce company trades at very high PE valuation. Like if you see India Mart, it trades a PE valuation of more than 60. And if you see the other part, the company did business of 110,000 crores. Although their commission from that part, e-commerce part, is only 41 crores, but they did a business. So the GMV of the company is 110,000 crores. And just for example, like if you see Flipkart was doing around $7 billion of GMV when Walmart bought it to $16 billion. So ideally, we should not compare it. Basically, because of the e-commerce companies are valued at high valuations. But if I go by that number, then the valuation which I am getting for MSTC is mind-boggling. So it could be that it will be like 100 times, but that is not the right parameter we should judge it. So the verdict part, before I say the verdict, so what I want to say is, in this company there is lot of opportunity. Things are going in right direction, but there are risks as well. So if the company is not able to grow as what we are thinking out, so this company is uh, like high risk and high return share. So conservatively, I have estimated the price. It can go up to many times more than this price, but conservatively I have put as 600 rupees based on a PE of 30, and I consider it a 4x opportunity from 2 years perspective. Please note that it is a high risk share, and like lot of people are recommending it to their clients to buy it. So, and the share price movement have seen a lot of ups and down in the recent past. So So the share is high risk, and please watch it, and please consult CB registered advisor if you want to buy it, because if sentiment change, the price may fall also. Okay. So this was all from my side, friends, and if you liked my video, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link below blue color arrow. And thank you, and see you next week.